He's traveling together, they can whatever piece they want.
There you go.
Torque under the hood of that. You hear the whine of those turbos. Now he's got a whole bunch of weight added to the back of this thing as well. But honestly, it's designed to put a show on. It's not rigged up as a true pulling semi like they run down in Ontario. This one is a little different than that. The Ontario ones, those guys pull, you see on YouTube where they pull poles and logs up hills. Whole different configuration than what Bill has going here. He went down in the States with this thing and shot it out with, or duped it out with the Iron Butterfly, which is another unit that's set up very similar, but he found out that south of the border the costs were way higher than the rewards. So he's based out of Bonneville, been running this rig now, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years, something like that. And he's going to spool it up just like we saw the modified diesel smokers. Get everything hooked up, he'll start revving it, start spinning those turbos. That'll start plugging boost into the blowers. When he gets the right boost number on his boost gauge on the dash, he'll engage that big old Allison automatic. You'll think he's shifting gears. Reality is he isn't. He is actually going to be just locking up the torque converter. So we saw these Supermont tractors go like 448 feet. That's about as far as you can go down there without wiping out the vehicles at the end of the track. We'll see what Bill can do with the Big Red Express. Okay, the chain is tight. You hear that rump, rump, rump? That's an overfueled Detroit diesel. Pedal and boost. Hear the turbo starting to sing. Pedal and boost, pedal and boost, give it twice a fuel. Throttle off. He killed her before he hurt somebody down there at 453 feet, 2 inches. If those wheels get hopping, they start bouncing up and down, kill the throttle. Transmissions, transfer cases, all kinds of things end up making it. So we saw how these Supermont tractors, that weight box was fully to the front at around 200 feet. Some of the other classes went down the track a long ways, but the weight box didn't come up until close to 300 feet. Now Wayne's got a totally different gear in this sled. That weight box will not come up near as fast as it did for the big dogs. So we'll see how Justin does here. This will be six-cylinder Cummins diesel. So Mr. Shalafo can make it happen. He has won down in Drake Valley for sure with his Dodge Cummins. Now you see the weights on the front. You notice his tailpipe, if you can see it, actually shoots upwards. That is so that he doesn't kill or choke Wayne out on the sled there. All that diesel going back gets a little hard on the sled operators, so they shoot that diesel up in the air. And they reprogram these things so that they dump a lot more boost with a bigger turbo and more fuel, and yet keep them reasonably streetable. When we get into the modified class, the unlimited diesel, that's a little different story again. And again, if you look at Ray's tires, he's got a pretty aggressive off-road tread on him. Between the front wheels and the back wheels, dead even. He's got exactly the right amount of weight on the front of that Dodge. And still some pretty darn good pulling power. Look where the weight box is, all the way to the front from my angle. Street modified class. Now it means one big honking turbo. The twin exhaust could mean, I have not looked under Ray's rig, but that could mean two turbos on that six-cylinder. Stock, they run one. You can add a bigger turbo. Some guys run two smaller ones. The twin turbos respond quicker, they spool faster. All right, Russ has got the chain tight. You see the weights on the front. Watch the stack sticking out of the hood. You'll see what kind of fuel is getting applied to that he's throwing a lot of weight on the front of that Dodge. He's got a heck of a pull to do here. He's got to be 300 feet 4 inches to get number 1, or 278 feet 3 inches to get number 2. 2 more to go in this class, and then we're going to bust it wide open with the unlimited diesel class. Spool it up, get some boost built. You can see on Mr. DeVee's Dodge where he and again, the gap on those wheels, pretty darn close. No suspension humming. Stickers, all kinds of sponsors on the side of that. MBRP notorious for making high-performance exhaust systems for all sorts of North American-built four-wheel drives. Mustangs, Camaros, Corvettes, Challengers, Chargers. We got to be 308.1 to get number 1. We got to be 300 feet 4 inches to get number 2. Mr. Lear does not have a whole bunch of weight hanging on his front bumper, as we saw Mr. Melnick. I think you're going to see a big gap between those front tires and the fenders compared to the back. Notice how clean his tune-up is. No black smoke, no over-fueling. See the gap on the front end? That has risen up as high as his shocks will let him go. And the end result is not enough traction on the front end. So 213 feet 6 is added a ton of weight as well. Great hook that's in this track here today. You got to take a judge on that. So again, very aggressive off-road tires, dually conversion on the back, lots of suspension mods again under the back end. You see those big one big huge honking turbo under there, tons of fuel getting thrown at it. You see that big stack sticking out of the hood. Chain is tight. Got a green flag on this end. We got a green flag on the far end. Super modified, unlimited diesel. Non-limited tariffs. Still on the turbo. Gonna break some parts, unfortunately. Just could not get the traction. You saw how that thing spooled out. Please, that would be appreciated. So, Braden, tightening the chain. Great work. He's got Bobcat. This could prove me wrong. If I see this, maybe he'll do really good. Gotta beat 339 too. Street modified. Bigger boost, bigger turbos, bigger injectors. You see the weight box in front of Justin Frose's piston broke Dodge. So this unit is considerably modified over what we saw in the first ones. They run a lot bigger turbo, bigger injectors. They stack the tuners, in other words, create more boost and more fuel going in than what we saw in the first class. So now wait a little, one more gear up on the weight box. Then we'll call it a little more. Bigger injectors, some of them even run a lot bigger injection pumps, some even run 2 injection pumps. But that becomes more in the unlimited diesel class. So there's some limitations here. Different tires again, these are nowhere near as aggressive as some that we've seen earlier. That's not going to go so good for us. There we go. That bouncy boils down to shock absorber rate. It's by a billet. Cummins block. And eliminate that class, the guys in street mod class. I think the rules are a little loose here with some of these guys this year. They're just happy to have some of these guys come out and play. 255.3 to get number 2, and to beat 259.2 to become number 1. Shepherd at 259.2 and Justin Gross at 255.3. Again, these off-road tires that I didn't think were going to work very well proved me dead wrong. They worked really well on this dirt. Then we're going to move into the super mod. Well, I should say super mod, but they call it unlimited diesel. And there's 2 of them. There was 4 or 5, but somebody had some issues, so we're down to 2. But you're going to see some pretty cool rigs here with these super diesels.
Ja, das kann ich auch nicht stellen.
Ja?
Ja.
Det är mycket att vi stänger.
Du har också din programmer där i mitt lag.
There he's on the chip, got some boost on. And he got her. Let's go 296.7. The idea there is to measure the amount of weight he's got in there based on the plate bias, front to back. If those gaps are almost identical, he's got the perfect amount of weight on the front of that diesel.
Hey!
So, should we start the line lead?
These guys buzz these Cummins when they get all the mods in there that they can. There's a lot of intercooling going on there as well. A lot of them will pack a lot of ice and water around that intercooler because of that major boost. So again, he's going to spool it up like we saw with the smoker tractors. Build the boost, get it to the point where that turbo has got the boost going he wants. And that occurs when fuel curve comes in. Grabbing some revs here. Make sure that thing stays up. There's been several different tunes available, and they said some are a lot cleaner than others as far as the exhaust goes.